Hey Leos, this is Leo with Half Moon Tarot. I will be doing your April 2024 reading. I've already meditated over the cards and asked that Spirit bring whatever is necessary for you to hear, for you to know, expect, and be prepared for. So, Leos, coming into April 2024, I think this is a month of discovery for you. I would say a month of travel, but not everybody's going to be traveling. But I do believe that this is a month of discovery for you. Discovering your roots, getting back to your roots, discovering how open we can be, discovering yourself, showing up as yourself. I do think that a lot of my Leos will be traveling this month, or they are planning to travel. If you are planning to travel, I strongly encourage you to do a trip that is going to, like I said, take you back to your roots. Okay, so this could be if you live away from home, traveling back home, or traveling back to your descendants' home. I think that this is something that you really, really need, Leo. This is something that you need in order to stay even keeled. I think that this is something that you need in order to get back into yourself again. We are coming out with the World card, the Chariot, the Sun. And let me tell you that this reading is jam packed with major arcana. You got 4 out of 6 that are major arcana. So I think that this is something that is going to be a turning point. It is going to be huge in your favor. This is something that you really need to pay attention to. So starting to plan for this experience. I wouldn't even call it a trip. I wouldn't call it a vacation. It is going to be an experience that is going to open you up. I think that we are getting to a stale point within ourselves, Leo, that we're craving more. We need more. And the places that we have been turning to in order to get that fulfillment and satisfaction, we haven't gotten it. Okay, so the World card, the Chariot, and the Sun. Now we know that the Sun represents the Leo, right? Huge lion on it. The Sun, the heat, a fire sign, also. And in that card, you have these two little cupids, right? We have these two angels above us, and it's like they are trying to guide us in the direction, right? And that the way that they're guiding us and the way that they're facing us toward that Chariot card, and that's to our roots. That is getting back to something that is going to spark something inside of us that is also a safe space for us. Okay, or discovering a new safe space, right? The Chariot again also talks about traveling. Okay, it also talks about motherland. So wherever it is that, like I said, descendants are from, or where your mother is from, where their mother is from, whatever that is, it's like reintroducing yourself into that space. Okay. The World card. So, I'm sorry, Wheel of Fortune card. I keep calling it the World card. The Wheel of Fortune card. The Wheel of Fortune card talks about like everything is this circular action, right? So what we put out, we get back. And just know that what you've been putting out is the extent of what you've been getting back, which lets me know that we've reached a stalemate. Okay, and we are looking for something more, so you have to put out for something more in order to get it back. So really taking your time planning this experience with purpose and not just to get away. And I think that initially the plan is to get away, but make it purposeful. It's not to just get to the beach, right? It is to immerse ourselves in the culture. It is to immerse ourselves within a life that we could actually gain knowledge from. Also, the Chariot card, okay? that talks about, like I said, the knowledge. It talks about the trip. It talks about roots and motherlands and things of that nature. And I think the way that it is set up with the stalemate and this getting away and finding something new and traveling, the purpose card is the sun. You are the purpose, Leo, right? So really make it purposeful around you. Okay. We have the Page of Cups, and the Page of Cups talks about these loving boundaries, right? But it also talks about wearing our hearts on our sleeves. And maybe we thought we've been doing this, right? Maybe I have thought I've been wearing my heart out on my sleeve. Maybe I have thought that I've been showing up in a vulnerable space, but it's been so repetitive that it doesn't feel like it anymore. So, this way of moving, this way of traveling, this way, it could be a road trip, this way of quote unquote getting away with purpose is going to open us up to a new way of showing up and wearing our heart on our sleeves and having these loving boundaries, right? It is like you want people to see so much of you and open yourself up so much that you haven't really left enough to learn about yourself, right? Now, the outside is making its way inside and it is molding you instead of the other way around, okay? So, with that Page of Cups, be willing to be open and vulnerable, but also have those loving boundaries where I can still have my heart on my sleeve and I can still be open for things. But there is there is a ownership of it. Okay, that's why I said make this thing purposeful. Even if you've already booked your trip and you're listening to this reading right now, and you're like, Leah, I just made the trip to get away. Make it purposeful. So when you get there, immerse yourself into the culture. Learn about what it is that they do. Don't just sit around and feel sorry for yourself, or you know you're not actually getting away, right? People, when they take vacations to just get away, they're not actually getting away. They're just steeping in what it is that they're trying to get away from, right? So if you spend your entire time inside the cabin or on the beach, or there's no real action, there's no real purpose for you yourself, then you're just steeping in it like a bag of tea in hot water, right? And you're mulling over it, you are surrounding yourself in it. So splurge into the space of learning and knowledge, because it is going to grow you in a way and spark something inside of you that you will show back up in your space renewed. Okay. The Eight of Swords. Now, the Eight of Swords also talks about our legacy and our home life, right? So again, it points back to our roots again. But I think that this is more sentimental, right? Leos, it almost feels like you are working on something that is going to bring the more softer side of you out, because everything that you've been putting out as of lately has been fiery, and it has been like, look at me and this is who I am, accept it or leave it. And now that you're retreating back into this space of reflection, and you're retreating back into this space of roots, now you can really sink into the sentimental spaces of that. And I think that on this trip, on this getaway, when you start to really immerse yourself into the culture and immerse yourself into those things that are going to spark within you, it will bring up those soft values, those soft sentimental pieces of you that are going to bring about those loving boundaries. Okay. Last but not least, we are coming into the temperance card. Temperance is all about moderation, right? And I think that on the other end of this getting away, I'm doing my quote fingers, on the other end of this, when you're coming back into this life, there will be a moderation of in your face and softness and sentimentality. If it's not a word, it is a word now because I made it a word and you can definitely use it. But you are going to find the balance between the two, right? Because it just feels like there is a lot of imbalance right now, Leo, and it is like you're struggling to breathe. You're almost drowning in it. But moving forward, when you are vacationing with a purpose, right? When you're getting away with a purpose, you come back to a space of of balance, and moderation, and these pieces of us that have laid dormant for so long because we've been in such this rah state that when we come back we can really take advantage of the dormant pieces that are now alive and working and sparked up in us, right? So for any of my Leos that are trying to put out a new project, for any of my Leos that are trying to start a new business, that really want to give birth to something, make sure that you are doing something with a purpose that is going to get you to this space of softness, because that's what this business, that's what this project, that's whatever it is that you're going to give birth to is going to require. It is going to require the vulnerable, soft, sentimental parts of you that people haven't seen, right? And I think that's important, to show people something that they haven't seen yet out of you. So be in purpose, Leo, and not just to get away. All right? All right, Leos, that has been your April 2024 reading. Let me know if this resonates with you down in the comments. Let's have a discussion around it. If it doesn't apply, baby, let it fly. And I'll talk to y'all next month. Bye.